Welcome back to the Arizona Cardinals franchise. I know I've been missing a lot of episodes. It's been like a whole month or even 2 months since I've been into this. I've just been focused on my rebuilds, and I'm not going to lie, this series, it doesn't get a lot of views, which typically means a lot of people don't like it. I'm not doing it just for the view purpose. I actually enjoy playing the Cardinals franchise despite how many passes Kyler Murray misses. I still enjoy playing the game-by-game process. It's enjoyable to me, but to a lot of people, I just thought people just didn't like it because it wasn't getting a lot of views. Obviously, again, it's not about the views. I enjoy it. A lot of people want it back too, so I'm going to get back into this Arizona Cardinals franchise, and of course, we finished with a divisional round loss. We had a first seed, a first round bye, and I just lost in the divisional round because typical Vic fashion here, as we are 14-3 in the offseason now. As you look at our NFL ranks, we are 7th in points per game, 32nd in passing yards per game, but it's higher than our average rushing yards. Our value is 136 for rushing and 186 for passing. It's because if I have Trey Benson and he's averaging like 10 a carry, why would I ever stop using him? I know it seems cheesy, but he's just that good. But of course, we're in the offseason, so time to review the offseason. Brock Purdy wins the Super Bowl MVP for the Niners, beating the Bills as they are now 0-5 in Super Bowls, as Patrick Mahomes is the league MVP, Buster Cherry is the coach of the year, Trey Benson is the offensive player of the year, robbed for the league MVP, Zaven Collins, defensive player of the year, Jaden Reese, offensive rookie of the year, and Kenny Sears, defensive rookie of the year. We had everything lined up for us. We definitely could have won the Super Bowl. I just bamboozled myself per usual. In the NFC West, Matthew Stafford retires. But looking into the upgrade players, let's see what we got here for the team. There should be some development upgrades as well, as we have Zaven Collins here with 3 upgrade points here. Did he get a development upgrade? I'm pretty sure he already had superstar development. I could be bugging on that. I haven't played this in a little bit. No, he got increased to superstar development, so that is huge for Zaven Collins. He has the unfakeable. Let's give him a recuperation, then just upgrade him a bit. Let's go into speed rusher. So now that I've upgraded him, he is up to an 80 overall without the boost here. He has defensive rally as a secondary. He has secure tackler. What do we want here? I mean, strip specialist would actually be pretty cool, so we're going to put that on him. I know it's been a while, just bear with me, but we have Trey Benson here, who's up to a 99 overall with the morale boost, 95 without it here, acceleration, awareness, and an ability slot. He's just getting more and more broken by the second. Just when you think you've seen enough of Trey Benson, he's going to come out again and again and again. Second, when players with this ability have a chance to replenish their stamina once per play, once it's half depleted. I mean, I already have recuperation. Grab and go wouldn't be a bad choice. I am actually checking down. Oh no, he gets human joystick. Oh my gosh. And he gets steamroller, recuperation, so he's never going to leave the field and reach for it. He is already too broken, and now he's even more broken. Now we got Kenny Sears here on the board, as we want pass coverage for him. And whoa, he has an X Factor ability, as you can see in the top right there. Man coverage, zone coverage. He earned that for sure. He gets Superstar X Factor. Did he already have Superstar Dev? I think we had it from a breakout challenge. He got Defensive Rookie of the Year, so he gets Superstar X Factor. Let's continue to pump him into pass coverage. One more skill point away, and we get another Superstar Development. +2 man coverage and +2 tackle is nice to see, but he's going to have 4 tackler. This defenders with this ability have a larger timing window for landing perfect hit sticks. I don't really go for hit sticks with them. Short zone KO would actually be sick. And then strip specialist, what is this? Outmatched defenders with this ability are highly likely to force knockouts against running backs. Ooh, catch. That's actually not bad, honestly. I'm actually going to do that. I like that. Next, we got Jaden Reese on the list. He was dropping a lot of passes, but he's really not that bad. I'm going to keep going into deep threat for him. I'm sure he's superstar development right now. We already are aware of this. Yeah, he already has superstar development, and his second ability, I don't want to do deep in elites. Do I go for reach for runoff elite players with this ability, distract defenders for longer with their runoffs? I actually like that. More space for Trey Benson. Make him even more overpowered. Wait, do we have honorary linemen with him? That would be sick. No, where do we get that? We need 80 overall physical to get that. I love that ability. And then we got Cody Barton and all these other extras. Honestly, I'm just going to auto upgrade these guys. But for the team upgrades, Kyler Murray doesn't get an upgrade. I threw way too many interceptions with him because, you know, it's me playing the game, but it is what it is. And for the rest of the team, you have Marvin Harrison, who was already an X Factor. We got Jaden Reese. I'm honestly cool with my receivers, not really looking to get that in the draft. Need to definitely improve my offensive line for sure, even maybe Garrett Bowles. Got Trey McBride here on the outside. Defensively, Kenny Sears has that X Factor now. Donald Roberts, we already knew had that X Factor. And then Anthony Ship goes to Superstar X Factor here. He definitely had, did he have Superstar X Factor? Did he have, no, he earned this. He already had that, my bad. He didn't go to Superstar X Factor. He already had this, as he has the Unstoppable Force ability, and he can only have Unfakeable right now because he's too low of an overall. So that draft that I had last year was insane. I don't think I'm going to do as good as that. That's probably one of the best drafts I've ever had. Whenever I sit down and release scout players, they do really good. Jaden Blackburn here, Superstar Development, he earns it, and that's amazing too. He gets Recuperation, Strip Specialist. Let's just keep it on Recuperation so he stays on the field. So yeah, my team is beyond stacked. Gary Weber, we already knew had Superstar Development, even though he's honestly not that good whenever he's on the field. I don't know. He just misses a lot of tackles. Form Tackler wouldn't be bad, but do I do Recuperation? He's kind of a backup for me. Let's just go back to Form Tackler. But yeah, overall, really, really good defense here. They just need to develop a little bit more in their overalls, but there's so many X factors across the board. We honestly should have won the Super Bowl that last year, but team's looking good. We got to go through the offseason free agency. I'm not really too keen on replacing my receivers. I like Jaden Reese. Rondale Moore is a nice complementary player along with Michael Wilson. Trey McBride does have a drop problem, but he's really not that bad. I honestly, everything kind of just revolves around Trey Benson, so I need to improve my offensive line. Kyler Murray's just not that bad. I'm just bad at the game. But looking into the stats, Kyler Murray was awful because of me. 10th best offense in the NFL, best defense in the NFL. But if we look at it, my passer rating was 12th in the league, so it really wasn't that bad. I just didn't throw the ball that much. How many times did I run the ball? I ran the ball way more than I threw the ball. I threw the ball 285 times, and then I ran the ball here with Trey Benson 421 times. He was snubbed of league MVP 100% here. But Kyler Murray, 2,600 yards, 21 touchdowns to 11 interceptions. Honestly, that's not a bad ratio. We're going to ignore Clayton Tune and not add his touchdowns and interceptions so that way I look better. But still, it's really not that bad. Kyler Murray was injured for like 4 games. Clayton Tune, being as bad as he was, going 6-6 wasn't that bad. Trey Benson here, oh my gosh, 2,300 yards, 5.5 average, 18 touchdowns, 2 fumbles, averaging 136 yards a game. And I know some people are going to be like, oh, well, why don't you just throw the ball more? Why would I not just continue running the ball? 5.5 average. Kyler Murray had 7 rushing touchdowns as well. Gary Rivers with a rushing touchdown and Rondale Moore with a rushing touchdown. I guess I had him on like an end around. I don't remember that. He only had 1 attempt too. So that's wild. Receiving wise, Jaden Reese here, 1,100 yards. For the receptions though, Marvin Harrison had the most receptions, and then Trey Benson. Of course, I didn't throw the ball a lot, but still not bad here, as Jaden Reese, 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns. He's boom or bust. Either he's giving me 200 yards in a game, or he's giving me 1 catch for 3 yards. And then Marvin Harrison, 8 touchdowns, 900 yards, more receptions though. Trey Benson getting some good receptions too. I take a lot of checkdowns with him. He had 6 receiving touchdowns as well. Definitely snubbed for league MVP. Trey McBride, 400 yards, 3 touchdowns. Rondale Moore, 123 yards, 1 touchdown. Tip Ryman, sometimes I threw it to him, I guess. Maybe, not really. And then Gary Rivers had some checkdowns. And also Michael Wilson, he had 1 touchdown, 3 receptions the entire year, though. Didn't really use him at all. And then for the sacks here, I mean, I know it's like, oh, it's not that bad, Vic. It's not that bad. But at the same time, I didn't really throw the ball a lot. Garrett Bowles allowed 9 sacks. Isaiah Adams allowed 6. And then this guy, our center, I'm not trying to pronounce that. He allowed 6. Paris Johnson allowed 3. Then John Gaines allowed 3. So this isn't bad for sure. But again, it's the run blocking that I have a problem with. But we're going to see if we can replace that in the future. Defensively, Kenny Sears as a rookie, 123 tackles, 21 tackles for a loss, 6 sacks, 3 interceptions, 5 deflections. What a baller. He did amazing. Cody Barton was actually really underrated too. 22 tackles for a loss, 6 sacks, 5 interceptions. He was great too. Buda Baker and then Donald Roberts here. Tackles for a loss, 23 from Zaven Collins, 22 from Cody Barton, 21 from Kenny Sears. These are from me blitzing a lot. And then 15 from Chase Young, 10 for Darius Robinson, who's not been bad, 9 for Jaden Blackburn. That's surprising. I guess I have him on corner blitzes. And then Buda Baker was 7 for Justin Jones. Sacks here, 14.5 for Zaven Collins, 11.5 for Chase Young, 6 for Cody Barton, 6 for Kenny Sears, 5 for Justin Jones. Honestly, he wasn't bad, especially whenever Darius Robinson would get injured a lot. He's really not a bad rotational player. Then Darius Robinson is not really worth a first-round pick. He's not bad either. I'm not huge on him, but he's not a bad player to keep. And then Jaden Blackburn, 3.5 sacks, 3 for Anthony Shipp there, the rookie. He honestly didn't do as good as I thought he was going to do. He got injured a lot too, but he's an X factor, so of course we're going to try and develop him. I was just a little bit disappointed. Cody Barton, 5 interceptions, 3 for Kenny Sears and Budda Baker and Stephon Gilmore and Dexter Weldon, 2 for Zayvon Collins and Jaden Blackburn, 1 for Elijah Jones, Jalen Thompson, and Donald Roberts. Deflections, 5 for Kenny Sears and Budda Baker, and a handful of others. Probably should have had more than that. And then safeties on the team, we had 1 from Zayvon Collins. Defensive touchdowns, what? No, we definitely had pick sixes. There's no way. Wait, am I bugging? Do defensive touchdowns work in a different way that I'm not aware of? We definitely had defensive touchdowns throughout the year. I guess I'm just bugging. Yeah, no, the game has to be bugging. There's no way we had 0 defensive touchdowns throughout the entire year. But yeah, that's that top 10 offense in the league, best defense in the league. The defense really showed up after I drafted all those players. They look really good, but we'll see what we can do. Our run defense is specifically good. We'll see what we can do in the draft, but let's move into the re-signing players for right now. For the re-signings, Paris Johnson Jr., I'm going to accept his option, and then Tyler I don't really need. Garrett Bowles, I wouldn't mind back for 1 year, but that's it, and he does re-sign back for another year. He's not good, but he's not bad. I just don't really have anyone to replace him. James Conner's 31. He's a 69 overall, not nice anymore. So that's unfortunate. I'm just going to let him walk. He's not a bad backup. Gary Rivers doesn't want to be here. I want him as like a long-term fullback because he's young and has star development. He doesn't want to be here. How much does it take to tag this guy? $3 million? Honestly, sure. Why not? Like, it's only $3 million. I don't care. I'll tag my fullback. Anyways, apart from that, let's move into free agency and see what we have. We have Mark Andrews in free agency. I'm not interested. Brock Purdy, I'm not interested. Leo Chenal, though, I am kind of interested in, not for $20 million a year. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna pass on that. Joel Bitonio, I am interested in. 2-year contract. Let's pay him extra money. I'm cool with that. I'll cut him if he is bad, or I'll just trade him away. Odafe away. I like Zayvon Collins and I like Chase Young, so I'm not gonna deal with that. I don't want Tyrann Mathieu back on the Cardinals. Don't need him. I'm honestly okay with my receiver situation. Don't need Khalil Shakir. Kendall Fuller wouldn't be a bad shout, but I don't really need him either. He only has 89 speed. Jermaine Johnson, I don't need. Tyler Ferguson, no, Jake Ferguson, I don't need. And then Braden Smith, my bad. He's really not that good in simulation or in the gameplay, but he's not bad in real life. And then everyone else, honestly, this is like a really lame class. A lot of these guys just don't want to play for us. I don't really want Grady Jarrett either. Like, this is Brandon Scherf. Ooh, that's actually not a bad shout. I'll pay him extra and do 1 year. So I think that's all I'm going to do. I know it seems like a lame free agency. I don't really need too much of anything on defense, especially since we have the #1 defense in the NFL. But I got Joel Bitonio and I got Brandon Scherf on a 2-year deal and a 1-year deal. So those guys are not long-term guys. They're both 34 years old, but the superstar development tag is actually really nice for Brandon Scherf. So those are really nice additions, just temporary guys. I'm cool with that. So apart from that, let's look into some of the scouting players. So for these prospects, I do have some in mind that I like, and it's specifically in the safety roles here. In the safety roles, it's not Hamilton. Where is it? Richard Meredith isn't bad, but I'm missing him. Where is he at? Okay, so it was in the strong safeties. Levine here. I like Nolan Levine out of Alabama. He's D-man coverage, but B-zone coverage is the important thing. Great speed, decent acceleration, good strength here, A, awareness, B, pursuit, B, zone coverage. So he doesn't look insane, but he really doesn't look bad. And I don't have a first-round pick right now. I'm probably going to trade up in the late first round to pick up one of these guys. He doesn't seem bad. John Hazelton. Redmond looks really good, but at the same time, he's also out of Alabama. That's weird. He's not as athletic. I guess you could say he's more balanced. His skills are there, though. He's not as athletic. He's projected to be a later round guy, but we'll see. We'll see. Then also, I don't really mind Meredith here because he runs a 4.4 flat here, and he has 15 reps on bench out of Boise State. Decent strength, great speed, great acceleration. That's really what I'm looking at here, and he has pretty balanced coverage skills as well. C-zone coverage isn't the best, but he's a hybrid archetype. He's 5'9", though. We'll see how that goes. And then for the centers, that's something I want to look at. Probably Tyler Young would be not a bad shout here. He's really fast out of Miami, 6'1", 302, elite speed, elite jumping, elite acceleration, elite agility, good strength. So many A's and B's across the board. That would be not a bad shout for sure. And then maybe I look at tight ends later down the board. These guys aren't really the craziest, but I was looking at this guy here, Akeem Warlock out of Oregon. Whitlock, not Warlock. That'd be awesome. But 6'6", 251 out of Oregon here. Good speed, poor acceleration, but elite agility, great change of direction here. And then he has so many A's. A, awareness, catching traffic, catching, spec catch. He looks really, really good other than his poor acceleration, especially for a third to fourth rounder. So those are the guys that I'm really looking at for right now. I'm not going to get any of these top guys, so I'm not really going to focus on them, but apparently a defensive end and a left tackle are at the top of the board here. So we'll see how the draft goes. Right now, I'm going to trade for a later round pick and see what I can get done. And there it is, Jalen Thompson, Max Melton, and one of my second round picks. I have two for Grover Stewart. I just took him because of a cap casualty, because I couldn't get the trade done without it. And then I get their pick 28 in the first round, and I also get their fifth round pick. I no longer have to deal with Max Melton blowing coverage. They needed a free safety. It was one of their top needs there. I have Donald Roberts now. I'm still looking to draft a safety. As you can see from my previous scouting, I'm looking to draft a safety because Jalen Thompson, he's not bad for us. He's just not as good as Donald Roberts, and Max Melton sucks. So it's nice to have the rotational safeties in line there. I really like our defense. I'm only really looking at offensive line and maybe some corners because you can never have too many of those. But this is going to be the trade for us for now. Now, looking into the team one last time before we get into the draft, I need a center. I'm probably going to pick that up in the second round. I'm cool with Rondo Moore, and I still have Michael Wilson. I'm fine with my receivers. Of course, I'm great with my running back here. Gary Weber's not that bad, but Kenny Sears and Cody Barton are probably still going to be the starters. But Cody Barton here is regressing. He's a 76 overall without his boost. I don't know if he's still going to be performing at the top of his game now, but we'll have to see that later. And then also I want Anthony Shipp as the starter. Do I just cut Grover Stewart? I low-key just don't need him on my team, and I free $12 million in cap. It's not guaranteed. I want my $12 million in cap. He's cut from the team. I only took him because he's a cap casualty. I don't want to pay some dude that I don't really want $12 million a year, so he's gone. I don't care if I just traded for him. I kind of want a depth defensive tackle later in the year because Darius Robinson and Anthony Shipp consistently get injured. And of course, I do want my free safety rotation. That's really nice. It's recommending Jaden Blackburn plays there, which I don't really want. So we'll see how it goes. I'm looking at safety or defensive tackle first round, then I'm looking at center in the second round. But we'll see how this goes, and I'm probably not going to trade up in the draft. In the draft, the New England Patriots have the number 1 overall pick. I'm definitely not trading up there, so I'm just going to simulate this first overall pick, and it's going to be a left tackle. What a terrible pick from the Patriots. Pick number 2 here is going to be a defensive end for the Broncos, Nolan Wheeler here, and then I'm just going to do the top 3 picks for James Perez here for the Falcons. And honestly, I kind of just want to simulate to my pick. I don't really want to trade up with anyone here. There's no need to. My team's really good. I just need to put it together in the gameplay wise. But I think I know who I want here, and if they're still there, I'm going to take them. Strong safety, Nolan Levine just got snagged right in front of my face. So the Ravens sucks. So that really hits really hard for me. I did not like that at all. And then anyone else on the board, Ricky Trent, defensive tackle to the Eagles, is someone I was looking at too. Didn't think I was going to get him, but it would have been nice. And on the board here is Hazelton. John Hazelton doesn't seem bad at a USC. Good speed, good strength, good acceleration, B awareness, B pursuit, B hit power. Just doesn't look as good as the other guys. Redmond was a guy I was looking at. He has A awareness. He's a nice zone archetype, but I'm not really huge on his athleticism. So I think I made up my mind here on who I want. I know it's going to seem like a reach whenever you have Hamilton here, Pearman, and then there's Meredith. And I think Meredith is the guy I want. I'm in the late first round. Richard Meredith. I know he's only 5'9", 217, but he has the athleticism. 4.4 flat, 4.35 at his pro day. Very fast. That's what I'm looking for. A stamina, B hit power, B pursuit, B tackle, B play rec. He looks so good across the board. I think he's better than the guys above him, but I don't think he's going to be a higher overall. I'm just hoping for a hidden development because of his athleticism. So Richard Meredith is going to be the pick here for me. Ranked number 4 in the class. Never mind. A+ pick. Got him at pick number 28. Hidden development. Absolute steal. My only concern with this guy is his length because he's 5'9", so I don't know about his jumping ability. It's only ranked at an 83. Obviously, the vertical wasn't high. He's not going to be much of a run stopper, even though he's an archetype guy, but he can get down the field. That's why he's going to play in rotation. Obviously, he's going to be a backup rotation for strong safety and free safety. He's 217, so I guess he can play strong safety, but he's going to be in rotation with the other safeties. Really like this pick. In round number 2 here, we have Riley Klein on the board. Doesn't look too bad. The guy that I wanted, though, with all the elite speed and stuff like that, pretty sure he's off the board. I mean, this guy has great strength for Klein. And then Young here, Tyler Young. No, this was the guy I wanted. Elite speed, elite jumping, elite agility, elite acceleration, only good strength, but running a 4.79 at 300 pounds is scary, dude. 6'1", 300 pounds. He has A's and B's across the board. Tyler Young, he's an agile archetype, so he can pull as a guard as well if I wanted to. But I think Tyler Young in round 2 is going to be the pick. He's just so athletic here. Ranked 54, got him at 45. Hidden development, super athletic, 84 acceleration, 77 speed, 80 jumping, 88 strength. Love to see it. He looks great. And then I don't have another second round pick, but what do I have in the third round? I have pick number 9 and then 77 as well, and then 92. That's interesting. So I'm going to go to that tight end that I really wanted. Is he there at the top of the board here? It is. No, that's Holloman. I wanted the other guy. What's his name? Yeah, Whitlock here, not Warlock. Akeem Warlock out of Whitlock. My bad. I keep saying Warlock. I play too much Marvel Rivals. Adam Warlock, baby. Either way, 6'6", 251 out of Oregon here. Good speed, poor acceleration, but he has elite agility, great change direction, and his skills are amazing, dude. A awareness, A catching traffic, A catching, A spat catch, B impact blocking. He does it all. For a third round pick, I'm definitely going to spend it on Whitlock here. I think his skills look too good to pass up. Ranked 8 in the class, got him at 73. Hidden development, absolute steal. Athleticism, other than agility, may not be completely there, especially in the strength department, but those skills look way too good to pass up on. Really nice snag there. Maybe he won't drop as many passes as Trey McBride, but Trey McBride is still going to be the starter, of course. And then at pick number 13 in the third round, I was talking about getting a defensive tackle. Oh my gosh, I forgot the scouting national focus was defensive tackle. Well, this makes it really easy. I can have a second or third round talent, or a third or fourth round, or I can have a first round talent here in Brandon Porter. I didn't even know I had that scouting national focus on. 358 pounds. Big boy, run stopper out of Georgia here. Elite strength. Kind of all I need to see. A play rec, B block shedding, B awareness. That's all I'm going to take. I don't care if he has F stamina. Ranked number 19. Got him at 77. Hidden development, 99 strength as a rookie. This is why you sort by strength. These guys are nuts. 99 strength. That's going to be a huge run plug for us. Our run defense is already super good in itself, but this will make it better, especially since Anthony Ship and Darius Robinson always get injured so much. And then Cody Barton was kind of falling off the wagon there, so let me see if there's someone here that I want. Pendleton, I don't know. Hold on, let me look at these. The guy I wanted, I don't really see on the board. So the guys I'm seeing, I don't really like. I guess the guy that I wanted left the board, but he has poor acceleration. Good strength, though. A hit power, B pursuit, B tackle. Mike Charles doesn't look awful, but none of these guys really look that good and worth taking, especially at this spot. So maybe try it later down the board, but as of right now, I don't really want these guys. But this guy later down the board, Alfonso Watson, he's a day 3 projection, B catching, B man coverage, A tackle, D zone coverage. So I'm mainly a zone archetype, but this wouldn't be bad for a filler player if I need him. Ran a 4.49 and a 4.44, so he only has solid speed, great change of direction, great jumping though. So that's something to consider. For a later round, I like him better, especially in the skill department, not athletic-wise. In the later round, let's just take a chance on him. I don't think he's going to be that good. Ranked 78, got him at 92. Good value there. And hidden, okay, never mind. Hidden development. 56 strength is bad. 90 speed, 89 acceleration really isn't that fast either for a corner, but it's not bad. Definitely not bad. Really good value down the board. I'll take it. Round number 4, this is whenever things start to get tricky. I could go for that linebacker that I wanted, but I'm almost definitely sure. Yeah, Pendleton is still here. I'm almost definitely sure he's not going to be good. And then this guy, Daniel Mann, 6'1", 250 out of Indiana State, doesn't look athletic at all. Let me sort by physicals. Yeah, all these guys just aren't athletic. I don't really like anyone, but I think I'm just going to pull the trigger anyways just to fill a role here. In Pendleton, F zone coverage, poor strength. It doesn't look that great. Is there anyone that I want to last minute consider here? There's a B awareness guy. This guy doesn't look bad. Yeah, Mike Charles. Let's just pull the trigger on him. I don't think he's going to be good. He has decent skills though. Ranked 123, got him at 124. Not bad value. Our first normal development, but yeah, it's not bad for a later round pick, especially late 4th round. And then I'm looking at this tight end. I know I already drafted one. He doesn't look bad. He can even play fullback for me. Great speed, good acceleration. I sorted by physicals. Doesn't look bad. He's not much of a pass blocker, but he can run block there. B awareness. Why not take him? Mick Beal here. Let's see what we have with Mick Beal. Ranked 264, got him at 140. 145, kind of a bad pick. A hidden development, okay, so the athleticism does matter for the hidden development, as we already knew, but still, D pick, he's not going to be a high overall. He's going to be a third string. Maybe he's going to be a fourth string, maybe even get cut from the preseason, but we'll see. Not bad value for sure, though, in the 5th round or the 4th round. Yeah, this is the 5th round. Now I'm just looking at running backs as depth here. There's no one that looks insanely good. This guy doesn't look bad. Solomon Lewis out of Nebraska, 5'11", 205. Decent speed, great acceleration. Is he a power back? He's a receiving back. You know what? Sure. I honestly don't even care. We're so far in the later rounds. It wasn't really a good pick. C+. Not really that athletic, but sure, he can be a fullback. Why not? I'm just trying to fill in roles, as you can see here. And honestly, with that being said, if I don't really like anyone else on the board. I was looking for like a good 10 minutes on who I wanted to draft next, and I just don't like anyone. I mean, this is a pretty stacked tight end class, but that's all I can really see. Awareness for this guy, David Bacon. You know what? Let's just pick David Bacon just because his name is Bacon. Elite acceleration, elite speed, awareness. Sure, we're picking David Bacon later rounds. Ranked 314, got him at 156. Really bad pick, but his name's funny. And honestly, I know I shouldn't do it because this is like a serious thing. It's not just a simulation, but I'm just going to simulate to the end of the draft. I'm going to let the AI fill out the rest of the roster, and we're going to see what we have for the overalls. And for the overalls, Richard Meredith is a 77 overall prospect. He looks really good. 92 speed. Tackling isn't really there, but the speed and the hit power is there, especially being at 5'9". But still, the best player in the class was the number 2 overall pick, the 79 overall Nolan Wheeler. And then at pick number 9 was 78. And then that corner was pretty good. He was pretty good. Meredith was one of the 77 overalls, though. This was a pretty stacked class, but it was definitely more stacked in the earlier rounds. Teron Hawkins was a pretty high guy. Then, Cliff Goodwin, 4th round pick, halfback for the Jaguars. Normal development, but really high overall. And then John Hazelton. This was one of the guys that I was looking at. He has hidden development. I'm going to look at what he has. I'm not going to cheat and look at what my team has, but I want to see what he has. He has only star development. I was going to be salty if he had like X Factor or Superstar. But looking back into the rest of our team, Tyler Young, 73 overall, hidden development. Whitlock, 76. That's a really good value for a 3rd round pick. Hidden development. Porter, 75 overall, 99 strength. I honestly think that was the best pick in the entire draft for us because he was 3rd round pick, mid-3rd round pick, 99 strength, 75 overall. Even though we're kind of good at defensive line here, this was a really big steal. Watson was very nice value, 72 overall, hidden development. Really like that. Mike Charles, 69. Okay, that's decent depth. Beals is 65. Even though he has hidden development, he's just not that good. I probably won't ever use him. And then Lewis wasn't bad. Then I stopped drafting after that. They gave me, I got David Bacon. He's a 63. He's not going to be good. Then we got Cameron Booth here as a defensive end. And then Nate Shelton as a right tackle. Probably should have picked that earlier, but he doesn't. He's not really good. I'm not going to say he's decent, but he's definitely not good. But either way, I think that was a really good draft. Not as good as last year's, but getting Meredith, Young, Whitlock, Porter, Watson, all of these guys in a row. That's 5 picks in a row, and we traded up for Meredith. I know we gave away 2 safeties just to draft another safety, but Jalen Thompson was only going to be regressing, and then Max Melton sucked at corner and safety. He was just a bad player. And then Tyler Young for the long-term future, and I'm cool at guard right now. I guess I'll have to deal with that in the next draft, but I like everything that we got here. Really cool with this draft. Again, not as cool as Kenny Sears in the last draft, but we'll see how Richard Meredith does. He's going to be a depth rotational player. They still start reps, and then Tyler Young's going to be a starter. Whitlock might be a starter. He looks really, really good. Porter will probably be a run-stopping guy, but not a rusher defensive tackle. And then Alfonso Watson is going to be in rotation, and the rest of these guys are just going to be depth. Week 1, we have Sunday night prime time against the Eagles. That is going to be a crazy season opener for us. I'm not going to do any of the media stuff. It's kind of lame. But off the rip, we already have skill points for Richard Meredith. He's already going to be up to a 79 overall. I honestly want to go to zone coverage, even though it's not a scheme fit. I run a lot of zone coverage. He needs to be able to play zone, plus do zone coverage there. And he's going to stay at a 77 overall, but that's fine. I need him to be in zone coverage archetype. Even if he's 5'9", he's a hybrid archetype. He needs to have more zone coverage. 75 85 overall, 92 speed, 92 acceleration, 77 pursuit, 82 hit power is not bad for someone who's 5'9" there. And yeah, everything looks pretty good. I'm going to keep trying to push him into zone coverage. And then Akeem Whitlock here, he has 2 skill point upgrades, so we're going to keep going possession for him so that way he can keep getting upgraded. And then also, I need to change some of their numbers. I like Akeem Whitlock at 89, then also Meredith was 32. I'm not going to read all those, but you guys saw them. Kenny Sears here, he's going to go up to an 85 overall now, and I will be able to get a new pass coverage on him, a new not a pass coverage ability slot. That's what it is. He was a pass coverage archetype. Recuperation, honestly, I like it. I'm gonna keep recuperation. I love recuperation. It just keeps your players on the field forever. Anthony Ship here, run stopper. We're gonna go up one more and see if he gets a new ability because of it. He gets +3 finesse moves. That's nice to see. And then can he get something else other than unfakeable? I guess not. Jaden Blackburn is someone I want for sure. He wants a man-to-man archetype. I run a lot of zone. We're just gonna keep pushing him into slot instead. I'd just rather not run man coverage there. And he's gonna get awareness, man coverage, play rec, pursuit, and then 1 zone coverage. So not exactly what I wanted, but sure. Then we got BJ Ojulari, Brandon Porter, and Tyler Young. So all these guys are actually pretty important. BJ Ojulari, let's just put him in speed rusher. He's going to be a 76 overall for now, and he will go up. +6 block shedding is wild for 1 upgrade point. That is a lot. And we got the rookie Brandon Porter already up to a 76 overall. He's going to be a baller for us. I'm telling you, he's going to be so good. +4 finesse moves, +3 power moves for him. His skills aren't really there in the finesse moves or power moves. Block shedding really good. 99 strength is just insane. Wearing number 65. And then we got Tyler Young. Last but not least, he wants agile. I want power. I want power for the run blocking ability for him. And we need to, of course, give Trey Benson the ball more and more. He's going to have 500 attempts this year. That'd be crazy if he did, but he's an athletic freak. This guy looks really good. Now I just use all my franchise staff points here to increase the XP for my centers, for the rookie center specifically. And then I got the quarterback XP and the halfback XP. I also got the scheme fits for all players during training, which gives them all more XP. And then I also got free safety XP for the rookie and strong safety XP as well. So got all those worked out. I can reveal a hidden development trait for 30 franchise staff points. So I probably should have done that, but I'll wait until the next week to get those. And this is year number 3 of the franchise. This is the official lineup I'm rocking with. Kyler Murray, the GOAT, Trey Benson. We got Jaden Reese at the 1. I put Marvin Harrison at the 2 and in the slot position. I just like him in the slot a lot better. We got Rondale Moore and Michael Wilson as the filler players. And I'm starting Akeem Whitlock just to see how he goes because he's just so athletic. I think he's going to be so good there. And his catching is an 89. I mean, he's 82 speed, so it's not really the best in terms of athleticism there, but it's his catching that I really, really like. Trey McBride is the better guy, but we're going to try out Whitlock just for now. And I know you guys are going to be like, oh, well, his catching is way better. It's not. For some reason, I just feel like it's just not. He's faster. He does look better statistically and everything. I just want to try out Whitlock. Got a revamped interior offensive line. Obviously, Batonio, Scherf, and Bulls are not long-term options, but Young and Paris Johnson Jr. are both long-term options for us. Defensively, put Porter as the 2. Darius Robinson is going to be the rush defensive tackle. Anthony Ship, obviously going to be the starter there. And the X Factor roles is going to be Buda Baker, Chase Young, and Kenny Sears, as we have Donald Roberts and Anthony Ship are just going to be superstars because we have too many X Factors on defense, which is a great thing, obviously. Zaven Collins and then Chase Young coming off the edge. Dexter Weldon as the number 1 guy. Stephon Gilmore as the number 2. He's great, but I'm going to need to replace him long-term, probably in the next draft. And then we got Donald Roberts here, and then we got Meredith as the backup for him and as the backup for Buda Baker. He's going to be in full rotation there. And then Gary Weber and Kenny Sears are going to be the starters along with Cody Barton. But special teams wise, I put Rondale Moore and Dexter Weldon as the returners just because they have the most speed. And then anyone else here, specialist wise, is the big thing here. Jaden Blackburn's the slot. Chase Young, Zaven Collins coming off the edge. BJ Ojulari in rotation. Darius Robinson's rush defensive tackle, but not the run stopper defensive tackle. Anthony Ship and Porter are below him. Kenny Sears and Cody Barton are going to be the starters. I'm questionable about Cody Barton because he has regressed, but he was really, really good for us last year. So, of course, he's still going to hold his starter role. Him and Kenny are going to be the 1-2 duo. And then Gary Weber is going to come in rotation there. Harrison's in the slot. And then Trey Benson, of course, owns both of the roles, all of the roles for the halfback position. So that is what we have there. Is there anyone on the practice squad that looks good? No one worth signing. But anyways, that is the official roster. And episode 1 will be an interesting one. We're going to come out in the all black uniforms. home field advantage, prime time, Sunday night football. You love to see it. But anyways, guys, apart from that, I hope you guys are all excited for this franchise series to be coming back. I want to upload it daily, even if I do have a rebuild. So stay tuned for that. Probably not going to happen if I'm being honest with my consistency. But anyways, I thank you guys all once again for watching. Let me know if you have any suggestions in the comments. I'll make sure to address them in the next video. And I'll see you guys all in the next one.